Hey everybody, it's me. I had a request from somebody a while back that said if I ever covered a box, you know, like this is a cereal box, if I ever covered a box again with the paper and Mod Podge, to please show how I did it, which is really easy. You probably remember this paper right here that when I was experimenting with my sprays. I did a video on it, but anyway, I had these big sheets of waxed paper, and I just put them down to do this. But I'm going to get my sheet, my non-stick craft mat for this part, and what I do is I put it down here. I'm going to move my craft mat so I don't cut it, but kind of position it on there and cut it, the paper, where it's about an inch or so. You can always trim it off later. It's not as hot today as it has been, which is great because it was really hot there for a while. It was consistently in the low to mid 90s with the humidity was just unbearable. But we're all still in the house with the AC on. It's in the 80s today. Well, it might have hit 80 today, but humidity's up a little bit. Did rain. There's chance of storms, flash flooding if it rains anymore. We had a really good rain yesterday. Just talking about something while I'm cutting this down. Cats are getting along much better. Okay. Alrighty. A little bit wider. I'm going to have to get another mat here. And do like that. Okay. 2 craft mats. Yeah, okay. Alright. I paint my boxes, so just in case, you know, depending on what you're working with, there's no bleed through of the print on the box, because on these boxes, let me check, on these boxes, the print's pretty bold, you know, because that was a Raisin Bran box from a long time ago. I'm not eating cereal. And I used, instead of just regular craft paint, I used it was Premier acrylic paint. Has a little bit of shine on it, doesn't really matter. So, that side's kind of pretty too, actually. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start. Sometimes I paint the box, sometimes I paint the paper. Let's see if I can get this open first. Oh, ooh, that was tough. I should have made sure I had it open first. Old, strange smelling, old mat. Mod Podge, doesn't matter. It's glue. The thing about this is you have to put it on there pretty quick. Quick about it because it dries really quick. I'm going to try to do one, at least one half, and then glue that down and then come back and do the other one. Not how I normally do it, but I seem to be in a pinch this time, so yeah. And then I'll come back and I'll do the other part. Go back under. I just did to the fold here, because, and then I'll do the rest. I might even do the spine. Okay, I'm over in here. Do this. Do the spine maybe, and then do the rest. depending on the thickness of your paper, which I recommend doing this with thin paper, you get it too wet with the Mod Podge and it'll start to tear. Okay. This way. Yep. Some people have already seen this happen, so it nothing new to them. Some people already do this, nothing new to them. Everybody has a different technique of doing it, way of doing it. So, if you put a good bit of Mod Podge on there, it keeps it from drying out, of course, drying out so quickly. It doesn't really matter if the paper wrinkles. I like that effect. If you want it to not wrinkle, use thicker paper and do not use this technique, because it's going to wrinkle a little bit. Yeah. Okay. I'll smush down. Good. A little bit here that's not going down. Just go under it with your brush like that. Like that. And that's what it looks like on the other side. Then I do it different ways on the inside. When I'm doing this side, like this. Get this. And then I do it like that, kind of like wrapping a present. See that got a little bit tore that corner a little bit. Not a big deal. Put some ink on it, doesn't matter. Whatever. Just keep going. Just keep going. Okay. With the thin paper, you can make those corners just like the present, like you're wrapping a present. Okay. Over. And check my camera, make sure I'm rolling. And it will come off on your hands. The sprays, some of the sprays do come off on your hands, so no biggie. Okay, and then like that. Down there. Easy does it. Down there. And the thing about this is, Mod Podge will darken whatever paper you have. Okay, go down that corner. I'm about to lose my map. Go down that corner just like a present, and then push it down. Sorry about that, my camera cut off. Had to go put fresh batteries in it, but I just went ahead and glued that side down, and then I was going to move on to this side. Kind of roll with the flow. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. Most of the books I make they're kind of crude. They're not real fancy. So when you end up with something like that right there, okay. No, I don't care. I just cover it with paper as best I can on the inside, and off I go into my own happy little place. you can do these books, the corners, like you would when you make mini albums. You know how you cut it with 1/8 of an inch and then fold it, you know, fold it all over nice and neat. But with this stuff, you know, I just kind of go on about it. You know, but that's my style. That's what I like. You know, I've made the nice neat corners on some, but on these kind of books, in my opinion, that's not what they're about. Not to me, anyway. So I just kind of let it be kind of crude. There. Now I'm going to let this lay here for a while and dry. See where it's popping up right there, like that. See where it's popping up right there, like that. I'm going to go ahead and do the inside real easy because it's wet. So I say I do it really easy, but because it's still wet, do it really easy. That's why I like these sponge brushes. Do it really easy, and it won't tear. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll let the whole thing dry flat, and then I'll turn it over and do the other side after it's dried pretty thoroughly, because if you're going to tear something, you do not want to tear the front. I've done that. I've done it. You know, you put a little bit, try to put some ink in there and make it covered up. And this right here, this particular spray, I forget which inks I used on this, the ink sprays, but it'll just, the Mod Podge will take the, it'll lift it, but not really worried. There's still a bunch of pigment in the paper. So, alright, I'm going to leave that to dry, and I will paint it and turn it over next little bit. Okay? I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and continue with this. Kind of tend to go in different directions when I'm doing the Mod Podge. Probably won't show it all to you, but I kind of just do different directions like this. Like here, there, and everywhere, like this. This is where it gets on your craft mat. It does darken it. The ink sprays, it'll darken it. I like to use the matte. I have used gloss, or the, glossy Mod Podge on this, but like the matte. And also there are other, if you know, like these are just kind of junk journals for me. I know that term is getting, you know, way overused, but I literally just make them out of stuff, you know, upcycle. Like I said, packing paper and cereal boxes. I've made them out of Rice-A-Roni boxes. But, you know, that's why I'm using this old Mod Podge. It smells kind of funky, but you know, this will just be for, you know, some tea-dyed paper, coffee-dyed paper, whatever I want to put in it. Be able to put bigger pages in this one because it is a cereal box. I have to cut them down a little bit. You could even put just regular paper in it and use it for like a notebook. You can see how that color is deepening. See? This is the undone side, and that's the done side. So, the undone and the done. So, just, like I said, to get the different patterns in the Mod Podge or whatever you're using, because you can use this. This is Collage Podge. It's a little more expensive. That's the matte. And then there's also, I call it Decoupage, but some people call it Decoupage, and it's by Deco Art matte. But you know, I use all different ones when I'm doing this. The one Mod Podge is not my favorite, but I have some that I just need to use up. The Collage Podge is probably my favorite. It's a little more expensive. So I kind of save that on something that, you know, a project that's got a little more, you know, maybe I'm going to use as an album or something. And this is just, like I said, the overused term of junk journal. This could even make a really pretty spell book or Halloween book because of the color of it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go along the sides right here. And this is where it gets messy. I don't like this part. To make sure that the edges have their coat. Go along the side like that. You can see how that just toned down that bright green. Alright, you can let that dry. Now you can let it dry like this. When you pick it up, it might be a little bit, you might have the crispy edges of the Mod Podge, you know, when you pick it up, where it's dried, and you just peel it off. It's just glue. And let's see, show you this. See how it picked up that color? It does raise some of the color, but there's plenty of color left. So that's how I do it. And I'll show you after it dries a little bit. I pick it up and I a little dried piece. I pick it up and I turn it to let it dry in its shape that it's supposed to be. And that's it. Whoever wanted to know how I did that, that's how I do it. And I hope you have some luck with it. Alright? Thanks for watching.